guys, Well Customs here, and today we are taking a look at a special figure right here. This is from the Marvel Comics Spider-Man, the animated series, all the way back from 1995. This was actually not only my favorite Spider-Man figure, this was my favorite figure growing up. Legit, my favorite figure. There's a bunch of Spider-Man figures out there back in the day, but this was my favorite in particular. I'll get to that soon. But let's take a look at the back right here. You see all the different other figures you could get from the same line, and there's a lot more also as well that they don't show right here. But yeah, 1995, I was about, how old was I? I'm trying to do the math in my head. 8 or 9 years old. Yeah. So yeah, toys has always been a part of my life, and you know, I just started collecting my old toys back in the day that I used to have. Like, why not? You know, why not go after them? I love them, you know, so let's rebuy them if I don't have them anymore. Alright, so let's open them up. Alright, so we're going to open this up on camera because these old blisters are a lot different from what we have today. And there's always a satisfying feeling when you open up one of these. Got the rope. Got some tape right here. It's probably over 20 years old. So yeah, we have a little badge right here. Alright, so here he is, back in my hands once again, and he is fantastic. Alright, let's put them right there. I don't know if he's stiff or anything like that, because he's been sitting in that box for a long time. But he does come with a couple of accessories. Let's take a look at them right now. Hope this plastic holds up. So first off right here, he does have a little clip that you can clip onto your shirt or whatever you want to, I believe, right? Yeah, there you go. Looks pretty cool, Spider-Man. Next up, he does have accessories right here. So his whole gimmick is gliding, basically. So you take this, actually let's open up his arms first, like that. And then you put them one right there and one right there, like so, because he's gonna glide, and you can put his arms, his wrist, in the clip right there. So let me try to get this a little better. Come on. There you go. There you go. How did I do this? Like, how did I do this when I was like 8 or 9? Jeez. So I don't know, like I said before, I don't know how the plastic is holding up on this one, because you could feel a little bit sticky residue on the figure. Maybe it needs a nice wash, but essentially, there you go. Here he is gliding around, and you put this on his back because it's a string that goes like that. Kind of maneuvers it around a little bit, so you can have some fun with that. And there you go. You know, this is back in the day, very weird gimmick figures. I mean, they had weird gimmicks, no doubt about it. But the figures themselves are pretty cool. So I didn't really care that much about the gimmicks itself or what accessories. What I did care about, though, was the figure. And this figure is pretty good as a standalone Spider-Man figure. I liked it a lot. Let's get into the details right now. Alright, so here is Spider-Man up close and personal. There he is. He has a pretty big round head right there. And going down to the rest of the body, he looks pretty good. The paintwork looks pretty nice. A little bit, well, it looks pretty good. But overall, like I said, this is a nice Spider-Man figure to have when you're 8 or 9 years old back in 1995. We didn't have Marvel Legends back then, obviously. But it has pretty decent articulation, this one. This had a hinge joint that rotates all the way around, which is pretty nice. A lot of them just had the one swivel, but this one actually has a rotation there too, so this is the reason why I liked it so much. But going down to the rest, it's a nice plain Spider-Man figure, which I liked a lot, despite having holes on the side, which is, you know, not a big deal. Everything about it was pretty nice. Now for articulation, he does have a swivel head that goes left and right. A little stiff right there. On the shoulders, like I said before, hinge shoulders that rotate to go all the way around, in and out, no problems there. No bicep swivel, but he does have a hinge right there at the elbow, nothing at the wrist, no ab joint, and at the hips right here, he has single hinged hips that go all the way up, which is pretty nice. And he has a knee rotation. Oh, this is so stiff. Man, I might break this. Let's try this one. Alright, there you go. That one's better. So I definitely need to wash this figure because he is feeling a little bit sticky. I don't know why. Maybe just holding up in a box for 20 years does that to it, perhaps. Also, he does have a funky smell, to be honest. I was smelling him. It does smell a little bit weird, so we'll take a look at it. I mean, you can probably see itself. You can see my fingerprints on it. There is some kind of residue on this, which I did not like, so just to be safe, I'm definitely going to wash this figure. But yeah, this was the highlight of my life. Coming home from school, go play with my toys, take out Spider-Man. You know, he doesn't have any fists, he doesn't have any like web shooting action, but you definitely used your imagination back then. You know, you had to. You don't have interchangeable hands or anything like that, but you do have metal joints in there, which is pretty nice. So yeah, this is what I lived with, and I still remember back in the day. A little nostalgic right now, but yeah, pretty happy to have in my collection once again. Alright, so size comparisons right here. Here he is with some of the Marvel Legend figures in my collection. We have Pizza Spider-Man right there, we have the movie Spider-Man right there with his own suit, and we have more updated Spider-Man figure right there in the back. So you can see this is a 5-inch figure. 5-inch scale, 5-inch figure if you want to call that. So he's definitely a lot smaller compared to the Marvel Legends, which are in a 6-inch scale. Even this one, which is a little bit smaller. So you get a nice grasp at how big these figures were back then. Alright guys, so that basically is it. You know, I just want to show this figure off really quickly. One of my, if not the favorite figure of my childhood growing up. And I had a lot of different figures growing up. Believe me, my parents were I was really fortunate that my parents always bought me a lot of toys. I even had more Toy Biz figures from way before this, you know, the older ones. But this one actually stuck in my mind a lot. Always liked this one the most. And I'm going to start rebuying some of my older figures, you know. I think that's a nice collection to go to, you know, a little nostalgic. Nice to have them. Kind of reminds you back in the day how much your imagination will take you, even though the figures might not look the best, but for 1995, and if you're like 8 years old, they were fantastic. And the next one I'm going to do right here is the Punisher one, so I can't wait to open that one up. This is actually one I never had growing up. I actually always wanted it, I never got it, so I was able to pick this one up recently. So this is the next one I will be reviewing, and it will be fun. Alright, so that's about it guys. Thanks for watching. Like always, comment, criticize, subscribe, do whatever you want to pay attention. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Go to wildandcustoms.com. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Peace!